Hello everyone, MarcusWolfe here, welcoming you all back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. I am still kind of used to saying Sonic Adventure DX. I almost said Sonic Adventure DX. I need to get that out of my mind. It's been like 3 weeks since I played that game. It should be out of my mind by now. Oh my god. Anyway, last we left off, we lost our memory. That's all. We lost our memory, and now we continue on. Amnesia? I need to turn down my volume. God. My headset volume. I feel like I'm shouting. Amnesia? Oh, I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Well... Why didn't you tell me, sir? Well, I'm sorry I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No. I think I'll pass on that one. Oh, come on! I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. Well, I don't think my head's one problem you'll be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things? Of course! I'd be honored to! Well, I guess I will start with my name and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering more about if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. Oh, that's a weird name, to be honest. This is serious. You really don't remember. Well, I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back and maybe it'll help. A business card? I got this from you. It's my most prized possession, sir. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Alright. Some numbers on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. It's my business card. I hand-wrote my cell phone number on the back. Well, I guess for now we should stop talking about me and start talking about this case. This case? Yeah. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? Well, what can I tell you? I can't really think of anything other than the incident with the cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah! Your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Well then hurry up and tell me. It might be something important. Okay, roger! It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. Here's the creepy ringtone. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Oh, is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. Well, I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. You can call me Maggie. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did. So, where is the phone you found now? Well, I gave it to you yesterday. Huh? To me? I'm guessing it's the phone in my pocket. You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... Ah! You were here all along! I don't know who this is! Oh, it's Maya. It's like a sudden loud shout. You're so mean. I called you 1,000,000 times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Now who the heck is this? Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And good morning to you, too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh, and what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick, the thing you wanted me to bring. Huh? Oh, thanks. The heck is this? A list. It's about, like, 20 people's names and phone numbers on it. It was kinda tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good. No good? As in... Well, there's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. A names list. Potential con artists group. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Oh, hey, don't look at me! And where did you get this list from in the first place? What?! Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday! Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. Huh. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is... Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops. Guess you had to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck. I guess I have all the pieces now. More or less. All that's left is to put it all together. There's no way I'm gonna lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. It's like I'm doing all these different tones that my voice is like conking out every now and then, so I'm sorry about that, but I just find it fun to act like the characters a little bit, instead of just reading the same tone. I want to give it some flavor, you know? If I can't give it flavor, then what's the point of reading? It's just like, September 8, 11:54 p.m., District Court. This is like a robot. Anyway. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words. What is it, Mr. Payne? It's about the next witness. You see, well, he has a tendency to say things that rub the people the wrong way, you see. So I asked that the court might be a little lenient on... There is no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls his next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Don't he look familiar? Please state your name for the court, witness. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Huh? Oh, alright, well, go ahead. Just now you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me a university I forgot he talks fast. Oopsie daisy. Well, I lost it. I'm gone. I'm gonna have to be prepared for this. We have another, what's her name? Wendy Oldbag. Yes, I understand. I am very sorry. I will be more careful from now on. What is he, a human chatterbox? Ugh, I have to question him. Fashion, cars, women's, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. That's enough. Your name, witness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. Well, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Oh, man. Well, I'll forgive you. Alright, I suppose I could tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit. Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were taking a, strolling through the park, correct? It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with mommy. If you must know, anyway, please testify to this court about what you saw during your walk through the park. See, you said it again, taking a walk. You know, what you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington. Oh boy. Oh boy. What I saw that day. Well, I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time at all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right before my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant over there. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. Well, that was certainly decisive testimony. Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said? Yeah. That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm? It's strange. My mind's very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yeah. And if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy over there is lying. You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. Well, I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. Well, for those of you that remember from the last episode, I think it's clear where the contradiction is. I am not going to waste people's time. If I know the answer, I'm just going to shoot right for it. But if I don't know it, then I have to start digging. You don't really need to dig. I mean, hello? There were no bananas at the scene. Not that I know of anyway. How do I press? Okay, there we go. I forgot how to press. Click. There we go. The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one. More like a bunch of bananas. Now what would a bunch of bananas be doing there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw, good sir. That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. Well, that's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas. He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie? Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else? Well, if he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be more of an inaccuracy. Come on, Phoenix, think. If my client is innocent, then there's no way he could have seen what he says he did. Which means, if we can somehow show he's lying... Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She's got a sharp mind, but I just wish I could remember who she is. Is everything okay, Nick? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry if you heard that. That was a light burp. Just finished dinner, you see. It's like 8:30 at night over here where I'm at the point of this, so... Anyway, there's only one thing that could potentially look like a bunch of bananas. A very yellow baseball glove. How on hell's green earth did you mistake this for bananas? Mr. Wellington. I believe I have the bananas you saw. Right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Well, then why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Isn't that the baseball glove? Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Do you care for a bite? That's no, it's a... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness has bad eyesight. There's no way on hell's green earth you could mistake that for bananas unless you have bad eyesight. By the way, witness, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? What? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. You know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to accept Galileo for conspiracy theory. You're too used to a new possibility. Sure, in the end, we found out that it's in fact a glove and not bananas. However, when people report, I do believe there's room for doubt, don't you? And that is why I asked you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. 2200. 2200. 2200. Sir, how are you able to see then if your eye... How are you able to see without your glasses? 2200. I actually had to stop reading because that's a shocking number. 2200. Holy crap wads. Well, I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Then why are you not wearing your glasses today? Well, that's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But, you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them, how about when you witnessed a crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You are an unrelenting evil man. You're like those people who reject Joan of Arc. She was brave and courageous, only to be caught by horrible, unrighteous people, and while she didn't do anything wrong, she was still gruesomely burned at the... Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember that the person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime. Someone's getting a little bit flustered. He looks blind now without any pupils. Well, the girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So, the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away? Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that that girl is the murderer. You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. Oh, joy. Questioning. Yippity-doo-dah. Well, at a cursory glance, I honestly didn't notice anything, so... pressing. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. She ran away just like that. Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell she was my client? The witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit. That is true. Mr. Wright, I'm striking your question from the record. Jeez, how can I get more information out of him? After that, I immediately called a police station to report the crime. I did not mean that button, Jesus. Every episode I press the wrong button. What is this? It's actually getting a bit annoying. It's funny, but it's a bit annoying. So you were saying that you were... What the heck? So you were saying that there were police on the scene by 7 p.m. Well, they got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at that time of day. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. I can't find anything out of ordinary in this testimony. Well, why don't you take one more look at the court record? Yeah, I guess I should. Really? There was something there? I think I'm having too much fun. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. Okay, I'm actually thinking about the court record. I don't... Well, let me hear more. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. How do you know what time it was? Well, that detective told me. You know which one I mean. The one with a jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school. Hi, pal. I graduated from a pretty good, top-ranked college. I don't believe this. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. And if I am wrong, then that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time. What? Why, you're just some lousy kid who... I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond? Well, they must have had a lot of free time on their hands, since they showed up within 10 minutes. I did not meant to press that button, but whatever. I can't find anything out of ordinary in this testimony. Well, why don't you take one more look at the court record? Yeah, I guess I should. Oh god, let me think for a moment. So, he's saying that he called... Okay, the only thing that I can think of that could possibly be a problem is the time that he called. So, let's think of that. He says 6:45. Let's work backwards. I'm trying to remember when the time of death was. They said it was a very precise time of death. It's not like around 6:30, or they don't even say 6:30. They would say like between 6 and 7. No, it was very precise. I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, 6:28. 6:28. Okay, so wait. If the man died at 6:28, then why did you say you made the call at 6:45? That is not immediately called the police station to report the crime. That is like a 15-minute gap, sir. 17 if we want to be exact. I think I present here because he specifically says 6:45 p.m. But yeah, see, I was right. Exactly 6:28. Mr. Wellington, could you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There is clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? Ugh! I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing the terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. Prosecutor Payne, 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. Mr. Wellington. Yes. Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question, witness. Telephone, I mean... Spit it out! I was searching for a phone booth! A phone booth.
You mean you don't have a cell phone?
God, you and your questions, as if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll. Wow, I can't believe I actually said that without trying to sound it out. A Matryoshka doll. Wow, that is amazing. I amaze myself sometimes. You must think you're really something special. Witness. I lost my cell phone. There, are you happy? You lost it.
Unbelievable. You lose both your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings.
What? Are you saying first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that all geniuses have a straight quirk too? By now, rational, since I have my own quirk, it'll be genius. I don't think simple plain people like you can understand. Enough. Oh gosh, oh man. Well, wait. Hold on a second. He lost his cell phone. Nick, that cell phone. Could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Well, we do have a lost cell phone. At the very least, we could ask, cause we do have a lost cell phone. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See? Here it is. Oh, I see. Looks like he got his phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his. Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call... Therefore, the delay in his... Oh my god. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for the phone booth. Well, I think that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it there. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Well, I do have a major problem. Remember that photograph where I said there were people at the very top of the photo? At the center of the photo, there's a goddamn phone booth. How could you possibly have not... I don't care how bad your eyesight is, 2200. If you've seen a phone booth, you know what it looks like. Your Honor, this witness's testimony doesn't make any sense. I don't believe for a minute there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you! You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You have to have some sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough though, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present evidence that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. I believe it's this one, right? Yeah, see? Hello? It's right in it's right behind the dead man. You can't possibly miss it. It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. The crime scene photo. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture itself. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, then something is wrong with you. No!
It's a phone booth.
That's correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was directly in front of you? Oh!
Order!
What does reporting a crime a little late prove for the defense? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony.
Yes, that is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get it back. But Maggie said she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason to kill for it. And on top of that, we still had the phone she found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for the cell phone, then maybe he was looking for something else? Was he?
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing in those 15 minutes?
Well, we could give the explanation, yes. However, I am going to go ahead and call an end to this episode here. Because it's already 30 minutes, and I said each episode is going to be no more than 30 minutes, and I'm kind of going a little bit over. So, I will see you guys all on the next episode, where we will try and figure out what the witness was doing in the last 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes. Bye, everyone.